It is with great joy and honor that I welcome you all to this Chanbana University, where the first diploma teacher's course in psychosocial care, support and protection is being launched and to be associated with the launch. This diploma course is founded on the principle of ensuring that care, support and protection begins with how teachers conduct themselves, relate with individual learners, their class and entire school. The course also challenges the teachers to promote and formulate policies and approaches that enhance successful attainment of educational outcomes of equitable enrollment, retention and completion. The course further recognizes that teaching goes well beyond literacy and numeracy, but character formation and promotion of psychosocial well-being. And being a good teacher also means knowing your learners and helping them to explore and develop their full potential and grow into motivated and assertive citizens. As Chanbana University, we thank REPSSI most sincerely for according us with the trust to run this course. As a university, we shall endeavor to work closely with REPSSI to make this course a huge success. We promise to even improve it from diploma to degree as time goes. Thank you very much.
I want to start off by looking back. And looking back, I really want to say today it is our greatest honor and it is a privilege to share this special occasion with all of you who are here today. REPSSI was actually conceived here, the Honorable, in Lusaka, Zambia, during the 1999 11th International Conference on HIV and Sexually Transmitted Diseases. It was at that conference that everybody recognized that the response to the challenge was providing support, but it was lacking to provide for psychosocial care and support. And it is 11 years later that I'm proud that REPSSI is back again in Zambia and witnessing the launch of a unique teacher diploma in psychosocial care, support and protection. And we emphasize those. It is care, it is support, it is protection. Many of you may really say, but what is REPSSI? In brief, we are a regional psychosocial care and support initiative which is working in 13 countries in East and Southern Africa. Throughout East and Southern Africa, a range of social and economic factors really prevent children from accessing school, from attending regularly or from progressing. We've had, I could hear a few from the theater play, but I could hear the issues that were brought out in the play which hindered children from accessing school. A large number of children are still not in school. Many begin too late. Some repeat their grades, or they leave even without completing the first 5 years of basic education. And factors that contribute to educational indicators include food insecurity, violence, sexual abuse, and to poor education indicators. These have been cited in the USAID Office of Women Development report of 2009. And they all really bring out things such as corporate punishment, caring for sick relatives, teenage pregnancies, and early marriage as those hindrances for children from accessing. And children and youth that we interviewed in the SADC 2008 analysis, in terms of the situation analysis, one of them indicated that education, access to education is a key psychosocial health for them, and it is something that gives them long-term success, and they reported it as a priority, education as a priority for them. Just looking back again, what we know is that in 2008, the members of the Southern Africa Development Community, SADC, they initiated the Care and Support for Teaching and Learning program as a response to the challenges that we're experiencing. And again, it was in fulfillment of trying to ensure that we went towards accessing the Millennium Development Goal 2, which is education for all. In 2007, when REPSSI realized that the school environment, the education environment is beginning to respond to the challenges, REPSSI, in collaboration with UNICEF ISARO, we started to develop a unique 18-month program for community care workers working with children and youth, which is accredited by the University of KwaZulu-Natal. And it has been offered in 10 countries in which we are working, and Zambia being one of them. What is unique about this program is that besides it being accredited by University of KwaZulu-Natal, we've also worked in collaboration with local academic institutions, and in Zambia, we work with Mendolo Ecumenical Foundation with supporting the delivery of this course. This delivery of this course, similar to what you are doing now, it is situated, we bring it to where you are, and the learner is supported throughout. Why is it that we focus on community-based care workers? Because we knew that these are community-based care workers. They are on the ground, they are doing the work, but they are usually excluded from the tertiary education, and yet they are doing the work. So, what we have noted to date in Zambia, 178 community care workers who are grounded at community level, they've actually graduated in this certificate. And the Honorable Minister, I'm happy to announce again that by April 2014, we do have 150 community care workers who will be graduating. You may want to say, but Noreen, why are you talking about community care workers? We are talking about the teacher's diploma here. The teacher's diploma is incomplete if it is not engaging with the communities and the families where the challenges may be emerging from. So the enhancing and hammering on the community care worker, we are saying you need to understand what is happening at family level. You need to be engaging and supporting with each other so that both the school environment, the family environment, the community environment is a supportive and protective environment for the children that we care for. With funding from Comic Relief, REPSSI actually has the privilege to work with the Ministry of Education, and we have started this initiative to mainstream psychosocial care and support into the education system. Our long-standing partnership with the Ministry of Education made the decision easy for us to start with Zambia. It was not difficult because we had a relationship. So, Honorable Minister, we came here because we felt we had a long-standing relationship that we would still want to nurture. The diploma course ensures that care, support and protection begins with, do I feel safe with you as a teacher to tell you that, you know what, I'm taking these tablets, I don't know why I'm taking them. Do I feel safe with you as a teacher to be able to say, my mother has been in bed for the past week and she's not waking up? Do I feel that I'm protected when I'm able to say, I don't know what this man is doing, he put something in me? Do I feel that I'm in a safe environment? And so it begins with you. You have that critical opportunity to engage with the children and to be able to support them. REPSSI recognizes that teaching, it is what helps us to be what we are. When you think we are the champions for children, do you understand what it means to be a champion for children? Even if one of your colleagues is abusing the children, as a champion, you don't go under the table. You're not championing when you're under the carpet. You champion, you rise up and you speak about it. Championing for children, it means protecting the children, speaking for the children where they can't speak for themselves. I would also want to say, the Honorable and guests around, that this is actually an international diploma course. We recognized particularly the need for the regional SADC to be included, as well as international contributors who made contributions to the writing of the material. The Honorable Minister and guests, particularly those of the Zambian nationality, Zambia is the first country to offer this course. Without good evidence, you will be challenged locally and internationally. People will say you just talk. So what we made clear within this course was to make sure that it is offered alongside a randomized control evaluation study to help draw the evidence that we both need taking this course forward. To get the evidence that you need when you are encouraging your colleagues to take up this program. And it will be you who will be the champions for the children, who will be using that evidence to help influence others take this program forward, to help influence policy so that more resources are allocated for individuals who want to take up this course. Ladies and gentlemen, our commitment to working with the ministry in Zambia is really aimed at supporting the government's efforts in securing the school environment so that it is protective, supportive as well. It is therefore fitting for me that I salute the Minister of Education, Dr. John Phiri, for taking the lead in the region, realizing that strengthening the education sector must involve the teachers' competences. I want to pause a little bit. Just allow me a little bit, Honorable Minister. Teachers do this. Teachers do this. Teachers do this. Who is supporting the teacher? I may not have the money, but if I have the appropriate competence, I have the passion, I will run with it. Support me as a teacher to do it well. And REPSSI is committed to working with the Ministry of Education to make sure this is rolled out nationally. To those of you, the teachers who are enrolled in this program, it actually requires committed men and women like you, armed with new knowledge and skills, to journey the children, partnering with them to realize their full potential. I want you to take note of one of the terminologies that emerged from Zambia. They started developing a tool which was called Journeying Towards Our Dreams. So you are journeying with the children towards their dreams. And by enrolling in this program, you have made the right decision. You are in the direction. You are really going to be champion for children. And you will definitely touch the lives of many children with a lasting legacy. You are on the path to making a teaching and learning an enjoyable experience for yourself and for the children that you serve. And I challenge you to use these competencies that you gain to make teaching and learning a positive, life-changing experience. Together we are pursuing homegrown solutions for our problems.
Excellent.
We are not just opening the mouth and something is being dropped in us. No, we are pursuing this by ourselves. To the Honorable Minister and the Ministry, we call upon you to advocate for the following. Realizing that education system includes community, We are appealing with your ministry to consider recognizing the trained community care workers into the education employment sector. You do have in this region what has become a chronic illness, where a woman, a man who is working 24/7 supporting vulnerable children receives a t-shirt and a thank you, and they're employed by this employer called volunteer. When they have acquired the competencies, we are appealing in terms of strengthening the education system that it is important to take them forward. Finally, I would like to thank our international cooperating partners, especially Comic Relief, who funded this program, Sweden NORAD, Swiss Agents for Development and Cooperation, and the Novartis Foundation were also supporting partners who are providing resources to make this diploma possible. I thank you all for coming to witness this launch of the Teacher's Diploma for Psychosocial Care, Support and Protection.
Very welcome, our minister. Very welcome, our minister.
To say that I'm honored to officiate at this launch would be an understatement. I did insist I wanted to be a guest of honor at the launch. And I'm glad I'm here. Not from my busy schedule, no. This is part of my job as Minister of Education. And to hear it's the first ever diploma course and the first country to implement it is a special honor for me. This is the first initiative of this kind, not just in Zambia, but in the region, which is very good news. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, allow me to give a brief background to why the ministry decided to partner with REPSSI and the reasons. The turmoil under which our young people grow, and in the absence of the traditional family ties, things are rough for our children. There are large numbers of orphaned children. The large number of children heading households. The large number and increasing number of children who are looking after erring parents and guardians. And of late, the large number of children being abused. The large number of children on our streets because they are neglected. The large number of children who seem to be going to school but not benefiting from the school system. And the large number of children who drop out, particularly at grade 9 level. 291,000 write an examination. Out of those, we can only pick 91,000 to go to grade 10. And nobody cares where the other 200,000 go to. They disappear in the villages and in townships. And the life of a teacher continues as if nothing has happened. Teachers too have had their share of the problem. They have not been spared. They too are facing a number of challenges. So when you say the teacher has no support, you saw they applaud, them applauding and so on, because they also need support. The disease burden, HIV/AIDS and other diseases have taken their toll. Teacher continues suffering from many losses of all types, to which support is required. That teacher we send to typical rural area on arrival, there's no house available. They look at the school, it's as if it was in a war zone. Doesn't know whether to go back to the DEB's office for reallocation, and when she or he does, the DEBS does not want to listen. Then reluctantly they'll begin teaching, and you know what type of teacher that will be. The challenges are many. I wish this program came much earlier. but it has come at the right time, I guess, both for the child and the teacher. All these issues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, have a negative effect on the well-being of both the child and the teacher. We have in the recent past seen that the pass rates in most of our schools have not been very impressive. This cannot be blamed on the quality of teaching alone, but other factors that may be invisible to the eye of all of us in the nation. These factors include learners' level of worry, anxiety, fear, uncertainty of the future. All these factors require to be addressed if the knowledge being given to such children is to yield positive results. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, government and other stakeholders such as parents, church, non-government organizations and the community at large must do more than they have been. This is a good reminder. But let me say this far, they have done a commendable job in supporting many vulnerable and orphaned children with school requisites such as uniforms, books and fees to ensure that these children get back to school. But there's a lot to be done in this direction. Because despite these interventions, the performance of many of these vulnerable and orphaned children have continued to decline, mainly because the children have many unresolved issues which our teachers have not been able to address so that there is effective learning in our schools. In resolving these issues, my government has embarked on policy review in order to make school environment suitable for quality teaching and learning. There is a special priority in our policies and guidelines that address HIV and AIDS, life skills and guidance in counseling. All these policies are aimed at facilitating effective delivery of psychosocial care, support and protection to learners and teachers. You agree with me that there is no other place better than school to redress most of these challenges that children are facing. Some of the reasons for such assertion is that children are in school for a long time of their initial life. They are at school for 5 or more hours a day, 196 days of the year, and for up to 13 years. If you did something wrong and this judge says, I'm sentencing you to 13 years imprisonment, you are devastated. 13 years of our children's lives are spent in your institutions. Have you turned them into prisons? Then they are in trouble. What a sentence we are giving our own children. Again, school provides a child critical time when they are inquisitive to learn. Children put their trust in their teachers for social, academic and spiritual development. And lastly, schools can form a part of the normalization process for children who have experienced distress. And we agreed the number of children undergoing distress is increasing. While we focus more on the school, there is need to work very closely with parents, community, non-government organizations and other service providers to ensure the holistic development of our children. Teachers require, and you have heard it, let me repeat, require appropriate skills and knowledge to be able to address most of the challenges that our learners face today. Our learners are engaged in a number of vices, among them underage drinking, riotous behavior, early sexual relationships, child labor activities, to mention just a few. All these require a competent teacher to address them. Now, in order for us to develop a competent teacher, we realized with REPSSI that support was needed from REPSSI and other cooperating partners. To REPSSI, therefore, I want you to join me in saying thank you for the help that has come our way. The partnership between REPSSI and my ministry has produced this wonderful program. aimed at facilitating mainstreaming psychosocial care support and protection in the education system. This is one of the many initiatives my ministry is embarking on to achieve the commitments we have made to our people, especially our learners. This ministry, which I am privileged to head, is committed to achieving all the commitments: Education for Millennium Development Goals on education and the SADC Protocol on education that establish the care and support for teaching and learning. Ultimately, in agreement with the Convention on the Rights of the Child, Article 29, the ministry is committed ensuring that education is aimed at developing the child's personality, talents, and mental, physical abilities to the fullest extent. Education that prepares the child for an active adult life in a free society, and that we shall foster in the child respect for his or her parents, for his or her own cultural identity, and also language and values, and for the cultural background and values of others. This is the reason why we partnered with REPSSI to develop an in-service course for the teachers in this field. There are 6 modules. The first module helps teachers deal with their own self, focusing first on knowing their areas of strength, weaknesses, and support networks before the teachers can deal with learners. So the course also looks at the learner as a unique individual with unique abilities, with unique challenges that should be appreciated, reinforced, appropriate. It then looks at learners as a class of a collective force of talent, skills, and abilities that can be tapped and nurtured. This is in tandem with the new national curriculum framework, which we piloted in the first term this year, and which we hope we can spread throughout Zambia. Meaning that grade 1 to 7 is an opportunity for the teacher to help the learner discover himself or herself. So it's good that this diploma course is coming at a time when we are seriously thinking of implementing a new curriculum framework. The course further addresses the need to build an enabling school environment that promotes safety, protection, care, and support. The course has also a component that helps build school management and policies that govern the effective operation of schools. Finally, the course looks at bridging the gap that exists between schools and communities by way of equipping teachers with techniques and skills on how to enhance school-community partnership. I have every confidence that this course will impart knowledge and skills in the teachers that will help schools deal with psychosocial support to learners and enhance partnership with the stakeholders, including the community. This course is being piloted in 11 districts of Eastern Province, Lusaka Province, and Western Province. I therefore call upon all of you, our stakeholders, cooperating partners, NGOs, working in schools, business communities, please work together and take interest in supporting the rolling out of this course to all parts of the country. I further urge all the officials in my ministry to embrace and support this program. It is my hope and desire that this course, being coordinated by NISTICO in collaboration with Chipata and Mongu colleges of education, shall be introduced to all the colleges. And it is my wish, and I repeat, let all the colleges of education embrace this diploma course. Not only as a distance learning program, but more critical, REPSSI is the imparting of these skills and knowledge to those who are undergoing training. If there's a way in your financial and other considerations of taking this to teacher training colleges, so that as students graduate into teachers, they are equipped already with these skills and knowledge. It is not only cost effective, but essential. Do I ask all those in yellow to stand? I do not know how they picked on you for this course. But I guess, like me, I'm saying how lucky I am to be part of the first group to be trained. This is no ordinary course. Tell yourself, this is not an ordinary course. It is a life-transforming course. The module is supposed to transform you personally. You cannot help my children if you are not transformed first. When you retain, count the number of people who will be astounded at the transformation they will see in you from your family and also in that community, in that school. Then you know these modules are working. Not for the sake of diploma. This is a special program for you. Change the members of staff with whom you work at that school, and above all, to have a heart to help the disadvantaged members of the community around your school. The school has remained an island, yes, of hope, because we are equipping the children towards a better future. But it is still an island. The community around it has nothing to do with the school. And the school has decided to barricade itself, make that transitional move, get interested in that community. I want to hear stories that after getting the diploma, all the women in that village, in that township, have come under your care and guidance. Let me say, this program should not be allowed to fail. This should not be a program like other programs we have known in Zambia, which comes and goes away, leaving skeletons of despair. And also, do not be spectators. Work towards ownership of this program. And the indications are that you have begun doing that. I'm proud of you. This is a journey you must complete successfully, but its completion will depend on how many children you help. Thank you.